I would encourage everybody to do like me and go to rabble.ca and join the vegan challenge. I mean, I ride my bike to City Hall pretty much every single day. I live in Scarborough, I bike to downtown Toronto, that's 20 kilometers in and it's 20 kilometers home, and usually I bike 20 kilometers in, I go and lift weights, and then I come up to City Hall and then I cycle home. So overall, I'm a pretty fit guy as a city politician, and I think there's a lot of myths about being a vegan or vegetarian that are just plain silly. People will say to me, well Glenn, you better be careful, if you're vegan you may not get enough vitamins. And I laugh and I say, actually, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you will get more vitamins, more fiber, more nutrients than anyone else who eats meat. Your diet will actually be better. And look at me and they'll say, well, when did you become vegetarian? And I'll say, oh, about 30 years ago. When I was a youngster living at home with my mom cooking the meals for me, I just ate whatever was put in front of me. So steak and potatoes, that's what I ate when I was growing up. I just ate what was in front of me, never thought about it. I mean, that's just what you do as a kid. I always loved animals as a kid. I couldn't call myself an environmentalist when I was 7 or 8 years old, but I just loved animals. So growing up in the suburbs in Scarborough, I'd be out in the back playing with any stray cat that I could find, trying to bring them home and adopting them. I just love watching the birds and looking for baby rabbits. So I always had an affinity with animals, not at that young age associating how I ate and how I lived with the welfare of animals. I just knew that I loved them. It was when I went to university and I was in Ottawa taking a summer course, so I had to cook for the first time in my life, and that was probably at 18 or 19 years old. So when I went up to the University of Ottawa for a summer course, I said, well, I'm going to have to learn how to cook. I might as well read some books on how to cook and what's good for you and what's not so good for you, and that's when my life changed. So I was shocked and blown away that I found out at that point that what I was doing was harming the environment, harming animals, doing horrible things that I would never do as a person. I love animals. I would never purposely or consciously harm an animal. And I never thought that every single time I was eating that steak and potatoes, I was harming animals and making them suffer cruel things. So as soon as I read that book, it was like that day, I just said, I'm never going to let meat touch my lips again. That's when I was about 18. I'm 50 now. Meat hasn't touched my lips, I guess, in about 32 years. I haven't missed it for a second. I feel more healthy. I feel more vibrant. My diet is better. I enjoy my food better. That's maybe why I'm holding a grapefruit today. I eat better today than when I used to eat meat, and I'm a lot healthier today than when I used to eat meat, and I have this amazing feeling inside of me that every single day I know I'm helping the earth. My partner and I will invite friends over, and we don't tell them it's to come and eat a vegetarian meal. It's to come and have an evening with us, a celebration with us, have some great food with us. People come and have the best meals of their life, and only after everybody's happy, we say, oh, that chili, that's vegetarian. No, it had to have meat in it. It was so good. Well, no, that's your mind playing tricks on you. Come to a really great restaurant with me down on Bay Street. Have the meal, have a great time, laugh, gossip about your neighbors, make jokes about your in-laws, talk about the Maple Leafs, and then say, you know, on this meal, which was fabulous, was vegetarian or vegan. And people are like, wow, I love this. This is amazing. And then they go back. So I do think there's a responsibility and an honor on those of us who have the education. I didn't have the education when I was younger. I was eating meat. I was contributing to the global warming and deforestation and water pollution and the torture of animals because I was ignorant and I didn't know. Now that I've become educated and aware of the impacts of my diet, it is my responsibility and my privilege to share that knowledge with people and to try to make this social movement even stronger. And I have to say it, you know, after 30 years, I see the changes being made. They're not being made fast enough, and it's up to each one of us to lovingly and gently create that social network. And this is the first time I'm doing this as a city councillor. So one, I am developing my own website, and people will be shocked. Every politician has a website. Well, I actually don't have one. I'm creating one. So I think on my website, I will have a little section that will say, I invite you to take the vegan challenge with me. and that goes out to 65,000 people, or any of my constituents who want to log on and see what I'm doing as a city councillor. And I think it's good because it serves as an inspiration for some people, as a role model for some people, and a confirmation for other people, because you don't just wake up one morning and change your entire life. You have to look around and say, is this okay? Will I be okay? I've heard all these horror stories, I'll turn yellow if I don't eat meat. And the answer is, well, no, if your local city councillor is vegetarian and is inviting you to take a vegan challenge with him, and he's got the links on his website, it must be okay. So I think there's things like that I can do, as well as I think at Toronto City Hall, I can invite my colleagues in this building, because we have thousands of employees here at City Hall, to take that challenge with me. And that's the type of thing that I can do using my position. And whatever position you have, because not everybody's an elected official, doesn't matter. If you work in a company, if you work at a grocery store, if you work at IBM, if you work in an office tower, you can do the same thing. With social media nowadays, employees are always looking to do things. You can just invite friends and family and workers, workmates, to come and do these things with you. And my guess is, like I have found, when you meet those birds of a feather, you will flock together, you will have a lot of fun. I'm saving animals every single day of my life. I'm saving rainforests every single day of my life. I'm lowering CO2 emissions every single day of my life. And if you look at my body, I'm taking care of my body every single day of my life. I'm getting more fiber now, I'm getting more nutrients now, I'm getting more flavors now than when I used to eat. So I would say going vegan, being vegetarian, or going vegan, is the most powerful and important thing you can do as a human being probably in your life.